Hello everyone. Again, welcome again to another node operator office hours. My name is Vishal. I'm part of the Flow Protocol team. I think most of you already know me. With me on the call today is Francisco, who is my counterpart on the Metrica side, and also works on the product on the Metrica side. And then we also have Yanis from Metrica, who's an engineer. Francisco and Yanis, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Vishal. My name is Francesco. As Vishal mentioned, I'm on the product team here at Metrica. I've been here for about 15 months, and over the course of that, I've been working closely with Vishal on bringing the node monitoring platform from basically an idea about 15 months ago to what it is today, and what we're excited to share with you all.
Thanks.
Hello, everyone. My name is Yanis. I'm an engineer with Metrica for the last 2 years, and I've been the main developer of the agent that we have recently released for the Flow organization. And happy to meet you, everyone, and happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Today we'll basically be talking about the recently launched Flow Metrica node monitoring platform. I'll give a brief introduction and then turn it over to Francisco for a deeper dive. As part of the Flow node operations, we decided last year that there should also be a way for node operators to kind of monitor their nodes. That's how all this endeavor started, and this sort of works. This was in the works from almost a year now. We started around this time last year, and there were kind of two high-level goals that we wanted to meet. One was we wanted to give all Flow node operators a simple, transparent, and decentralized way to monitor their nodes. And that's because we ourselves realized from our own experience that node monitoring is not simple, especially with Flow, given all its different node roles. It becomes a little more challenging because every node has kind of their own unique metrics that it publish. But then again, node monitoring the node is also a very critical aspects of the network, because we want all the nodes to be performing optimally so that the network as a whole performs optimally. So that was the first goal, to basically facilitate monitoring the network more easily, transparently, and most importantly, in a decentralized manner. So now all node operators will have access to Metrica's real-time monitoring dashboards, and also they'll also get access to the alerting system, so they'll get to know what's happening with the network, with the node, and also get alerts. That was the first high-level goal, and the second high-level goal was to actually provide the Flow community at large more information about the network at a single place. Example, what's the current block height, what's the current epoch counter, like things that everyone in the Flow community wants to see, and not necessarily be technically savvy to kind of run scripts against the network, etc. So that's the other sort of set of dashboards that Metrica is currently working on, to build these public-facing dashboards that anyone can view. So that's kind of a very high level of what this node monitoring platform does. And with that, I will turn it over to Francisco to deep dive into the platform itself.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Vishal. And just for context about Metrica, we're building a end-to-end monitoring and analytics platform that provides really visibility and actionable insights into blockchain networks. We're very excited to have partnered with the Flow Foundation and Vishal to bring our node monitoring platform to the Flow network for all of you. So today I'll be running through a demo of the node monitoring platform. So if there's any questions that come up, please feel free to stop me just at any time. Vishal, I'm going to take over as presenter here.
Yes.
And to piggyback off of what Vishal was saying earlier, one of our goals with the node monitoring platform and the node agent that powers it was really to build it for the full spectrum of node operators. We really wanted to make it work no matter your technical acumen, how many people you have on your team, or how many nodes you're running. So the idea here is that the node monitoring platform can evolve to support your needs. So what we're looking at here is the homepage for the Metrica platform. Before you can access the node monitoring piece of this for Flow, you need to create an organization with Metrica. That way you have a shared workspace for you and the rest of the team to work out of. So if you haven't already, please send an email to support@metrica.co with the name of your organization, the email addresses of the users and their roles. And at this time, we only support GitHub and Google authentication. So please make sure the email address corresponds to one of those systems. So once you have access, you can just come in here, click on the Flow tab. That'll take you to the node overview page. One thing to call out is we do support all of the Flow networks, so mainnet, testnet, CanaryNet, and LocalNet. For the purpose of this demo, we'll just click on LocalNet here. The node overview page will be empty, and the first thing we need to do is install the agent and deploy it across our fleet of nodes. So we'll just click on this button here. Now, I won't focus on the installation process too much, but as we were building out the installation script, there were a couple guiding principles we came back to help us make decisions and weigh trade-offs. The first was obviously security. Every component of the node agent is built with security in mind. It's open source, it's been audited, there's no runtime dependencies on local systems. It has limited data access. The list goes on and on and on. But really this is just table stakes. The other guiding principle, going back to what I was talking about earlier and making sure this can work for all of node operators, was zero touch configuration. So we wanted to make this as easy as possible for any user that's technically capable of running a node to deploy our agent. So quite literally, you can get this up and running in a matter of seconds. So based on your combination of your node deployment, how you want to deploy the agent, and if you want to run a proxy or not, you'll be able to see the prerequisites, documentation on how to run the proxy and install the agent, and then the installation script itself. Now, once the agent is installed, data will start coming through in a matter of minutes. And what you're looking at here is the node overview page. And at the top of the page, you'll notice Flow's network status indicators. So here you can see the operational health of the Flow network and the status of each node role. In fact, if you click on this icon up here in the top, you can drill down into the Flow page here for more details on the health of the network. Moving down to the node overview table, the goal here is to really just provide an at-a-glance view into your fleet of nodes and highlight the ones that need your attention. By default, the table will surface nodes that need your attention at the top of the list. Moving from left to right, we have host name, node role, uptime, node software version, and alerts. And just a quick call out, uptime is a calculation we get from one of Flow's access nodes that constantly pings each node in the network. Now, in terms of the kind of the functional elements of the table, the first thing you'll notice are the different colors on these sidebars. Green is an indicator that the node is healthy. It hasn't crossed any performance thresholds that put you at risk, and the agent is running properly. You won't see gray very often. In fact, it's not here right now. But when you're first installing the agent, it's an indicator that we're still collecting data, and the node itself isn't accessible in terms of the node details that you'll be able to drill down into. And then you have red. Red is an indicator that there's something wrong. The node needs your immediate attention, and that could be because the uptime is less than 80%, your node version is out of date, or there's an alert firing for that specific node. Next, we have labels. Let me just move over here. So to the right of the host name, you may see one of three labels. First is new. So a new node has been added to the Metrica platform, and this tag will persist for 24 hours after the node is first identified. Next, you have agent offline. This is an indicator that the agent is offline and is no longer sending data to the Metrica platform. And by hovering over the icon, you'll be able to see how long it's been since the agent last made contact with the platform itself. And then finally, you have the muted notification alerts, which is just an indicator that the alerts have been muted for that node. And for those of you that are running a high volume of nodes, you can use the search feature up here to easily filter. So we'll just put in consensus here. Oh, my keyboard is offline. There we go. So now we can easily filter this by whatever I search up top. In this instance, we've done consensus, so we can see all the consensus nodes. Next, you'll see the settings icon where you can do one of two things. You can mute alerts for a specific node. So this will mute all the alerts associated with that node, or you can remove a node. In order to remove a node from the platform, the agent does need to be offline. And then finally, you can do things in bulk. So if we click on the icon here, we can mute in bulk, or we can remove in bulk. To remove in bulk, again, all these nodes here would have to have an agent that is offline. So I will pause there before we move on, just to see if there's any questions about the node overview table and some of the functionality involved. Okay, great. So next, we'll jump into the node details dashboard, and you can access the node details dashboard by just clicking on one of the host names. So we'll jump into this one here. Now, what you're looking at here is really a unified view into system, node, and network health. One thing to call out is the dashboard for consensus nodes has substantially more insights and charts than the remaining node roles. Just to get this out as fast as possible, we standardized the metrics across the rest of the node roles. But over the next few weeks, we'll be adding more charts and insights specific to those remaining node roles. Now, starting from the top here, the first thing you'll see is a quick summary into the protocol metrics that are important to consensus nodes and the system metrics that power these operations. Moving down, again, you have system health, and then we have uptime, consensus state, proposals, and voting. So these really provide deep visibility into protocol or consensus-specific operations that are critical to participating in the Flow network. And one of the biggest value adds that you'll see here is the ability to compare the performance of your node with the rest of the network. So on most of these charts, you'll notice a network metric. So in this case, we can compare our finalization rate to the network finalization rate. Moving down here, we can compare our block propagation time to the network propagation time. So this really just gives you a better sense of how your nodes are performing compared to the rest of the network. And in the event that there is an issue that does occur, it gives you a clear sense on the scope of the issue. Is it isolated to your nodes, or is it more broader and something that's impacting the rest of the network itself, rather than having to go on Discord or Twitter to diagnose the state of the network? Now, we know you aren't proactively staring at dashboards all day. So one of the pieces that brings us all together that Vishal had alluded to earlier is the alerts. So depending on the node type you're running, we provide 6 alerts. Again, like the node details dashboard, the consensus node role has the full suite of alerts. We'll be adding to the remaining node roles over the course of the next couple weeks. But out of the box, we provide 6 alerts: node offline, agent offline, low voting, low block finalization rate, node falling behind, and network stalling. And if you wanted to see a summary of the alerts that are firing, you can navigate to this alerts tab, where we provide information like the number of notifications on a 24-hour and 7-day basis, number of nodes monitored, number of alerts that are currently firing. And if you wanted to drill down into those deeper, you can use these tables below. So here we have the currently firing alerts, where we can drill down and get more information about that alert. And if you wanted to try to identify patterns over time with your nodes, you can use the recent alert activity. One thing to just call out here with alerts is out of the box, we support email notifications. However, we do support PagerDuty, Slack, Opsgenie, Discord, Telegram, and a webhook. So based off of the systems that you guys are using on a day-to-day basis, we should be able to support most of those. That way, we can seamlessly integrate these alerts into your existing workflows. And just the last thing to call out, I alluded to it to open up. As part of the metric platform, you'll be part of an organization. Within those organizations are different user roles. There's 2 user roles that exist today. There's an admin and a standard. The main difference between the two is a standard user is just read access, whereas an admin user is read-write access. So what that means is an admin user will only be able to change the notifications here and set these up. As it relates to kind of the functionality within the platform, they'll be the only ones that can add a node, mute a node, or remove a node. So basically, a standard user won't be able to impact the monitoring experience like an admin user will. So that covers it on my end. happy to open it up to questions about the platform itself, the node agent, whatever we can do to help assist.
Yeah, go ahead, Damien.
Yeah, thanks. This is a great presentation. What I'm wondering about is, are you planning on creating dashboards where we can monitor nodes that we don't operate ourselves? So we're especially interested in like validator performance. If we want to like take a look at how other nodes are doing, and potentially like have alerts about those performance as well.
Yeah, Vishal, do you want to speak to that with the community
for
dashboards?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a very interesting question. So we kind of intentionally made it so that all the node operators get like private view into what they are doing, so that we don't share any PII across node operators. We were hoping to kind of distill what you just said, like that information up to like the public facing dashboards, so we could see like how the network is performing overall, and then maybe we could add more information to that, showing like, okay, this node is behind the chain, or this node is ahead, or this node is like not finalizing views or information of that sort. Yeah, maybe we can add that to those public facing dashboards.
It would be appreciated on our end at least. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, go ahead, Donkey.
Oh, just I have a question. Can you, by the way, like a great presentation. Can you show me like how to set up the node? Because I think you skipped that part. Can you show me the like a setting up the node like to registration on that? So
Yes, I don't know if this demo would be the best place to show that. I can't do that on my end, but what I can do is send you the documentation that the operators have used in the past to install the agent, and make sure you have everything you need in terms of the collateral.
okay, yeah, that will be great, because I was looking for the documentation for the setting up the my node to on the Metrica, but couldn't find it. So if you're sending me that documentation, that will be great.
And yeah, I will put this in the chat right now.
All right, thank you.
Again, the first place to start, Nongo, if you haven't already, is to create a Metrica organization. If you do, then you should have everything you need between that and the documentation to get started. And of course, if any questions or issues come up, feel free to reach out to us on the Flow Discord, or you can send a ticket directly at support@metrica.co.
And then the last question. Oh, when I just try to add the metrica.co and there's a Flow join the beta, and are we still on the, I mean, like developing or something? Because like other than that, like everything it seems like it's official, but the Flow and Solana is kind of like it's still
Yes.
on the.
Yes. So
okay.
if you log in to the Metrica platform, if you've already created an organization, the Flow link will become clickable.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Not a problem.
Any more questions? Okay, thanks Francisco for that walkthrough, and thank you everyone for joining. Thanks a lot. I'll post this recording on the Discord channel as well. But yeah, if you haven't already signed up, then please go ahead and sign up on the Metrica dashboard, create the organization, and you'll start getting access. And actually, I want to just quickly come back to that question that you asked, Damien. For the public-facing dashboards, Metrica is working on a first revision, but maybe I can get back to the community and ask for more inputs on what they want to see on the public-facing dashboards. I think that will be the right way to go about it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining again. Have a nice day.
All right.
Thank you
Thank you,
all.
guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.